Welcome back, you guys. I am so excited for today's video because not only is it one of my favorite brands, but it is also with one of my favorite creators, and it is the Fantasy Cosmetica, which is familiar, that was done in collaboration with Batty Bean here on YouTube. This review is so late, but it's still so good, and I'm so excited to get into it. I did some really unique, well, this one might not be as unique, but look number one is a very unique color combo. And this look is a very different color combo than one that I'm used to creating. But I had so much fun creating these looks, and I am just so ready to get into it. So let's go ahead and get started. If this is your first time here, my name is Heather and I love all things makeup, but especially colorful makeup and indie brands. And if you happen to love those things too, I really hope you will stick around, subscribe. I would love to see you down below in the comments. I am truly just so excited about this launch, not only for Fantasy Cosmetica, but for Betty Jean as well. Like I said, she is really one of my favorite content creators here on YouTube, like in the top 2, which is high praise. But I love her. She is such a vibe. She is so inspiring, creates some of the best looks, and is one of the nicest people I've had the privilege of meeting. And this palette screams her in every way, from the color story to all of these gorgeous jewel and berry tones, and to the kitty on the front. Makes perfect sense, and I am just so thrilled about it. So before we get started, I did want to say congratulations to both Fantasy Cosmetica and Betty Jean. I am so thrilled for you guys, and I think you did such a good job. Spoiler. But if you are like me and you are one of the last people to get your hands on this palette and you want to pick it up, it retails for $49 US, and we have a 12-pan palette. We have 6 beautiful mattes and 6 beautiful shimmers, and these are hella pigmented, but you'll have to stay tuned for the rest. I was going to give more, but you'll have to stay tuned. And we have a whole different mix of shimmers, duochromes, iridescents, multichromes, metallics, and it is beautiful. I mean, you've seen the swatches, but I am excited to get into look number 1, but first I will link the palette, everything I've used in both looks, and Betty Jean down below for you guys to check out. If you are not following her, you totally should be, because she really is amazing. And if you like my content, I know you will love hers as well. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get into look number 1. There are so many things about this video that I am already so excited for. One being the lip liner. It's one of the new shades I got from Singe Beauty. I got 3 originally in PR, but I did pick up 3 more in their bundle deal. So this is the shade Radical Rosewood. Is it not perfect? I am so excited about the other 3 shades I got too. I am going to do a swatch video after this, and I'll try to upload it here on YouTube too. That way you guys can see it. But I'm also excited about this highlighter. It's one of the new ones from DIEVERUNE Cosmetics. Fanged Flora. Like, she is icy. And I love it. It's so, like, just like bam in your face. But I am excited about this look. Look number 1. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow, so I'll probably be just as excited for that. But this look is the first one I saw when I looked at the palette, and I think you guys are going to love it too. I'm excited. So I am going to go ahead and prime my eyes. I should have been a little more prepared, but I was not. So I'm going to go in with my Sigma Eye Base in the shade Persuade, and I'm going to blend this out. So yesterday I was actually supposed to be at the Creators and Friends Halloween party, but I don't know if you saw my last video with the Melt collab collection. I talked about it there, but Amanda was put in the hospital with pneumonia, and She got released this weekend, but I was not about to go across the country when she was in the hospital. Like, no way. But she's doing a little better. But because of that, I did miss the Creators and Friends event. I did want to let you guys know, though, because I have been talking about going out of town, and I was talking about in a previous video how my review on this was going to be even later than what I wanted it to be, which it's still kind of late now, but I am excited because now, one good thing, I do get to play with it, and this palette is so freaking gorgeous. Even better in person, honestly. So, we're going to dig in. And I think I'm going to actually work with the outer corner first, or the outer half of the eye, and then dip in to the inner part. I really need to do my brows. Side note. I'm going to start with the shade Chant, which is so pretty. I love shades like this. The undertone of this is really gorgeous. And I'm just using an E06 from Singe just to pack this here in the outer corner. But this is going to be the base shade for the outer corner. So we are going a little like dark and vampy for this look. But, you know, those things make me very happy. So I am not at all mad about it. And I love it. I love this color. I'm going to go ahead and use an E03 and start blending it out and up. I love the Fantasy Cosmetica formula. Their mattes are like beautiful to work with and so easy to blend. So I don't think I'll have any issues using this dark color as a base. Today has been such a freaking crazy day, you guys. The police have been to my house 3 times today because somebody went up our street last night and stole the mail out of everyone's mailbox on our street, including ours, and we just so happened to got a new credit card and it was in our mailbox and they stole it out of the mailbox. We had tracking on it and it was here yesterday, and I should have went and got it out of the mailbox, but Amanda's on oxygen now and she's lucky to go to the next room because her oxygen is dropping really low. Even with the oxygen, it's a whole thing, but we're both getting over the rhinovirus, which is why her oxygen is so low, because she has like previous lung issues. But my oxygen, like my breathing is not very good right now because I have asthma. This rhinovirus kicked our butt. It's not even funny. But I didn't check the mail and go get it, and someone stole it. But they actually ended up finding the person who did, because we live like right between a hospital and a fire department, and the hospital is like 2 doors down, maybe a little more than that. And apparently this person was released from the hospital and dropped their discharge papers trying to carry everyone's packages and their mail, and they found like a trail of mail going to this person's house. But someone turned in the discharge papers to the police station, and then they went and checked, like they went to return them to the person and mentioned the mail situation, and the guy just confessed, which is crazy. But yeah, they solved it, the whole case, in one day and found a bunch of people's mail. Unfortunately, not our credit card, so we did have to cancel, but it is what it is. So now I'm using an E04, taking this shade down here as well. On the eye, this is pulling a little more berry, but in swatch, I felt like it was a little more burnt orange. Maybe it's my skin tone that's changing it. Either way, it's going to work really well with the other stuff that I have planned to use it with. But like I was saying, today has been a very eventful day. Look at the dimension I was able to get with just this one shade. Such a beautiful matte formula. Now we're going to work on the inner corner using another E06, and I am going to dip into this shade Potion. I will probably be using my Singe Beauty Paisley Hoop palette for inner corner because I'm going to need something to help me lighten this up, and that has like the best matte white. But I am going to put this shade here, and I just love this combo. See what I mean? Like, it works either way, no matter which undertone this color ends up being. And it's gonna make more sense, hopefully, once I get the shimmers down. I'll go ahead and use an E01. This shade is so pigmented, but I want to put some of this down here as well. So I'm just using this to fill in. Ooh, see, I took that over too far. But I'm using it to add some color to the inner corner because I don't want to lose the color. I just want to lighten it a little. Now going in with the E01 and my Paisley Hoop palette, I'm just packing this white shade Shag Rug here in the inner corner. Just lighten this up. Like, look how pigmented that white is. That is so, like, one of the best whites I've ever used. Okay, off camera, I cut the crease real quick because I want to go in with this shade. And just in case it would muddy up, I wanted to make sure it was kind of clean. And also, I wanted it to be like, you to be able to see that blue like really well. And I'm excited about it. So we're going into Feline, and I'm doing that on an E25 from Sigma. And we're going to deepen up this outer corner. I am going to take it like all the way in the outer corner, and then also in a little, that way we can layer stuff on top of it, which I think will be really cool with the shimmers. And then I'll also use the E07 to add some of it to the lower lash line as well, at least this outer half. Yeah, I think it looks good, like meeting up with that blue. And then I'll work on blending it out. I think this color combo is really fun. And I wanted to create something that was a little different too, so it also meets that goal. Okay, so now it's time for shimmers, and I'm just gonna go in with the Shine On from Cleona. And I'm gonna tap it like in the center. I am excited for the shimmers. This shade Alter is so pretty, but Moonlight as well. I'm excited. Okay, so starting with this shade, which is Alter. Look at that. It is so stunning. I do want to put this out here. I do feel like this shade would be really pretty with the purples as well, or the, like all of the berry tones, the reds. Now we're gonna do Moonlight. This shade is so pretty. I love it. It's one of those like iridescent toppery shades. Honestly, you could probably use it as a highlighter as well. If I would have thought about that, I could have done that today. But you could already see my highlighter from the heavens. I love this so much. I think I want to take some more of that inner corner shade, Potion. Can't get over how pigmented this shade is. But I want to bring it up. Kind of flick it in. honestly, this quad right here would be really pretty together. So would this one. Either one would kind of look like a little mermaidy, but this one would be beautiful as well. I really like the way they laid out the shades in this palette. But I think I'm going to put some of Moonlight down on the lower lash line too. So I'm just using this little Cleona brush and sprayed it with some MAC Fix Plus. That shade is so pretty over top of that dark blue shade. I am back with the finished look, and I love the way this came together. I added some of that shade, Moonlight, to the highlighter. So it is a great highlighter, and it is completely transparent. And now I'm even more glowing from the heavens, but I love it. I also added some to my lip gloss, and I think it looks so cute. But for liner, I used the shade Clown. This is from the new collection they did with it. It's the Dairy collection, really cool. But I topped it with Icebreaker from ColourPop and used Bad Gal Bang and my Bright Lashes in the style Flare. But like I said, I love the way this came together. Honestly, it's even better than I expected it to be, especially once I changed my shirt. Now it kind of goes with the look, and it's a little less clashy. Also, these earrings are so freaking cute. They're from Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun. Her jewelry style Just for Fun, I think it's called. I'll link it down below, but she creates some of the cutest earrings and I love them, and they go with the eye look too. But let me know what you guys think of this look down below, and let's go ahead and move on to look number 2. I am back and ready to get into look number 2, this highlighter, you guys. So I said in my video with the new DIEVERUNE collection that I could not wait to mix highlighters with the new ones, and I mixed Drop with the new shade Ghost Orchid, and I love it so much. It's so bright and beautiful. But I did the shade Sweet from the Glaminatrix Cheek and Lip Flush for blush. It's a red. But I'm excited to get into this eye look. I want to do something that's like really true to the palette. Something that really pulls in everything or almost everything. And that's going to be my look for the intro video. So I'm excited to get into it. So I'm going to prime my eyes with a little bit of Sigma eye primer in the shade Persuade, and use my Singe Beauty FO2 to blend it out. But I'm going to play with the purples and the reds today, and I'm excited because this red that's in this palette is so freaking pigmented. It is so pretty, and I'm excited to see it on the eye. So we're going to get into it. So I think I'm going to do both of the matte purples and the red, and we'll just see where we go from there. So what do I want to start with? Let's start with the light purple. So I might actually have to go in with a matte white to whiten it, because I'm a very fair gal. But look at the pigmentation on these matte. Like, they're really good. But I'm just using an FO6 from Singe to pack this all throughout the crease. I don't do a lot of looks with purple, so I'm kind of excited to get into it. And I don't think I've ever done a look with purple and red, but I've seen other people do purple and reds, and I think they're so pretty together. So I'm excited to try it for myself today. But maybe I'll just do like a light layer of the purple in the inner corner, because I do want to use a shimmer for the inner corner today. I've been like so into the matte inner corners lately, but I do love a shimmer inner corner as well. I think I'm going to go ahead and take this color under the lower lash line too. Let's wait, actually. Okay, so now I want to build this red on top of it. And like I said, this red is like so beautifully pigmented. I love it so much. The shimmer is really pretty too. But we're gonna do the red with the E25 from Sigma. And look at that, it's so pretty. And I'm gonna build it on top of this purple most of the way across. I can already see why people love this combo. So I'll just work on building it up and then blend it out with the E03, but that's already like so pretty. Let's go ahead and add some blendiness to it. Oh, with the black lip. This is actually the shade Veil from Unearthly Cosmetics. It's one of their matte lips, the one with the sparkle in it. It's so pretty. I love it so much. And I think this look is going to be really cute with it. This is so freaking pigmented. I was kind of worried you wouldn't be able to see the red peeking through, but you totally can. So really good red. So I think I'm going to do the same exact thing on the lower lash line, but this time I'm going to start with the red instead. So I'm going to use an E04 and blend out. So I actually will probably use the darker purple though, and I'll use the lighter purple here in the inner corner. Okay, so now going in with the shade Coven. I'm going to do that on an E07 and just kind of line, tight line, well, just run it along the lower lash lines. I'm half here today, guys. It's been a long day. Now I'm going to use another E25 and use that same shade, Coven, and deepen up here. I was thinking of adding some of the blue too, but now I'm kind of thinking maybe not. I kind of like the purple. So I'm switching over to the Sigma E42 brush, and I'm gonna add it with that instead, and then I'll use the E25 to blend it out. Actually, this is a part of Betty Jean's favorite set from Sigma, and I love it. It's a great brush, very precise. But look at that. You know I love a dark smoky look, so this makes me very happy. So I know I've already said it 100 times, but I really love this combo. Now I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with shimmers. I'm thinking the red. I'm actually thinking these two. Either one of these would be perfect as well, but I'm just going to try, I think, the red and the pink. I'm going to go with my gut. And I'm going in with the Shine On first. Who's surprised? It's one of the best glitter glues of all time. And I'm just going to put this all over the lid. And I'm excited for these shimmers. Man, those yesterday were gorgeous. I really love the multi-chrome one, but the translucent one was so stunning as well. But now, let's do this. So, first I'm going in with Spells. I just love this shade so much. It's so pretty. And then I'll be going in with this shade up here, Hex. Love the shade names too. So ooh, that is pretty. That's very pretty. And I'm kind of gonna do it at a diagonal and take it over the purple some. Then I'll kind of layer the purple back into it a little. But I love that. It brings just enough red back into this look. I feel like, because I did kind of lose it a little blending with the purple. Now we're doing Hex, which is so pretty. And I'm going to try to do it with my very long nails first, because I just love the way a shimmer looks when you put it on with your finger. Look at that. And on top of that red, it's stunning. Definitely gonna have to use a brush though. The contrast So I'm just gonna pick some of this up on an HEATHERE and spray it with some setting spray, and then add more to the lid. This is so pretty. See, I originally thought maybe about putting one of the purples like in the center, but I don't know. I kind of like this. Then I'm going to use a dry pencil brush so I can add some of this to the inner corner. Got a fuzzy on there. Add some iciness. You know what though? This highlighter would be really pretty there too. I might add some of that to it at the end. But I did want to show you guys like what it looks like with just the palette. Let's use some of the purple. It would be a shame not to, so we'll do it on the lower lash line. I'm going in, I think I want to do this shade, Herbs. Fun fact, I used to call it Herbs because I didn't know the H was silent. Don't laugh at me, but I'm just using this little Cleona brush and running this along right here, but I do think I want to add a little red in there too because that red is so pretty. And then oh, see, I am back with the finished look and I love it so much, especially like the eye with the highlight. I put some of the highlight in the inner corner too, and I really do think it ties it together so perfectly. But I cannot wait to hear what you guys think of this one. I think it's so pretty. It makes me so happy to look at. Oh, and for liner, I put them up. Why did I do that? I used 2 of the liners from Glisten, one in the shade pink and one in the shade red. And I did like an ombre situation to kind of match the eyes, and I love it. For mascara, I did the Bad Gal Bang from Benefit, and again, the flare lashes from Bright Lashes. But like I said, I love this with my whole entire heart, and the black lip, it just all came together in such a delicious way. But now let's talk about the palette. One thing I love so much about collabs is you get to create looks through someone else's vision, you know what I mean? And you create different looks that you might not necessarily create on your own, which is what I did with this palette. And I've always loved bright colors, you guys know, but I've never considered pairing certain things together that I paired throughout this video, and I found a lot of inspiration through this palette, and it was so fun. Honestly, the shimmers are so beautiful. The mattes are so pigmented. I love and adore Fantasy Cosmetica. I have all of their palettes, so I do truly recommend their formulas, and I don't think you can go wrong with this. But I love the whole entire vibe of this. The theming is so on point for Betty Jean, the color story as well. I think she freaking nailed this, and like I said, it's awesome to be able to do things and create looks and find inspiration through other people. Now, Betty Bean is one of my favorite content creators. I have found so much inspiration from her throughout the years I've been watching her. I think she is incredibly talented and honestly such a vibe. She's very, very sweet in person too. I did meet her in Florida at the Creators and Friends event. I didn't spend a lot of time with her because I am shy. It's something I'm working on. What can I say? But from what I did speak to her, she is such a very sweet and kind person, the same way she comes off in her videos, and I think she did such a good job on this. They did. And I love all of the little details that went into it. But with all of that being said, you guys are going to have to let me know. What did you think of the looks? Which one was your favorite? Honestly, I think this one is mine. But I cannot wait to hear your thoughts. Did you pick this up? I know I am so late on this review, but everything's been going crazy in life and releases and just in general. So let me know what you think of it down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. And until next time, bye.